We know we must seek to be honest and fair. We can take a shared pride in the certainty that without us, Britain would be immeasurably less free and significantly less entertained.
We both represent long-standing institutions. Mine, admittedly, rather older. From time to time, we are probably both a bit hard on each other, exaggerating the downsides and ignoring the good points in each.
I would now like to invite Mr. Rupert Murdoch to reflect on the British press and how little owning and editing newspapers in the past 300 years may have changed.
Today is an occasion, I think, to put aside our rivalries and remember what we are, why we matter, and what binds us together. We bear great responsibilities today, just as our predecessors did in the years that followed the birth of the Daily Courant. We know we must seek to be honest and fair and try to be fearless. In the days of the Daily Courant, newspapers were outcasts. Even now, we know that good newspaper men and women should remain outsiders, remembering that the only popularity we should seek is among our readers. The result of Fleet Street's cantankerous independence is a national press without peer in the world. We can take a shared pride in the certainty that without us, Britain would be immeasurably less free and significantly less entertained. Looking back at our history, it is surprising how little the agonies and joys of owning or editing a paper have changed over the centuries. And to illustrate this point, I've chosen a few edited excerpts from the editorial which appeared in the first issue of the Daily Register, forerunner of the Times in 1785. In it, John Walter, the famed printer, proprietor, and editor, lays out his stall to his potential readership.
Now, I know there are some historians who might suggest that we are here today under fraudulent circumstances, and that it would be more accurate to take the date for a suitable celebration by the newspaper industry as the first publication of a provincial daily newspaper, the Norwich Post, in 1701. I have stepped into some tricky and heated debates in my time, but much as I admire the local newspaper industry, I fear the dispute about which got there first, in respect of the competitive newspaper market, is not an arena into which even I am going to step. This service will, I suspect, create ironies for some of us, and perhaps not least for St. Bride's itself. For when the Courant was launched in 1702, its main competition was held not to be that of other forms of the then media, books and pamphlets, but the power of the sermon, not newspaper versus newspaper, but press versus pulpit. I'm glad you are both still here 300 years on, as strong and as robust as ever, and glad too that this church still stands as a wonderful haven in which we can come together today to celebrate 300 years of newspapers and of press freedom. That St. Bride's has such a special place in the soul of the British press is a testimony to the dedicated work of many newspaper men and women and many incumbents of the church over the generations. There is no doubt also an irony inherent in my presence here today. After all, we both represent long-standing institutions, mine admittedly rather older, and we have both, over the centuries, endured a degree of criticism and opprobrium. I would go even further and say that both of us, in our different ways, see part of our role as being to bring out the best in others and to celebrate what is good in communities and in the hearts of people across the country and around the globe. I would make one more point about our two different institutions, that from time to time we are probably both a bit hard on each other, exaggerating the downsides and ignoring the good points in each. Perhaps that is what you would expect me to say, but charitable to the last, I want to do my best to redress the balance this lunchtime and to pay tribute to the very real good that newspapers and magazines do, pro bono publico.
Royal Highness, may I now invite you to unveil this plaque to commemorate 300 years of daily newspapers.
Just stay here. Go back, stay. Yeah, until the other editors come in.
Oh, I see that.
You go back a long way, Mr. Edwards.
Yes, sir. There we go, yes, sir. Excuse me, Mary, please.
So, okay.
Well, the first edition of our paper, yes.
It's not.
It is, yeah.
You were there at the time. Such fun, I remember this so well.
So when was it? 69, sir. You're a front page story, look. We're Charles and Rupert Murdoch.
Chosen by you, of course.
No, of course, sir.
But I mean, did he look? So I remember that.
That folded.
That was cool.
Yeah, it was called the old stuff. It was a cool shit. Mr. Murdoch bought that. The rest is history. I'm tired with the Queen. The Queen's trip was exhausting, you know. God, she covered everything.
I was surprised also.
Yeah. Now I started right after your they killed us. The fact the Queen gave us a great lift across the main part of the trip from Montego Bay to New Zealand. So I'm very, very lucky and thankful. And I told her too. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
This is
Did you start from up there?
Yeah. Can you all move back?
You said
smile.
Sorry.
She is smiling.
Thank you very much.
No, it's after I used to work with him.
Everybody used to work with me.